Hey guys, it's me, Kidduppy. So I'm gonna be talking about something kind of controversial today. We'll see how that goes. I'll roll intro. Me checking out my hair. Okay, so the singer Sia. If you don't know who that is, Google it. I don't know how to add things. So I got a light and a new tripod and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, singer Sia made a movie called Music. It's coming out in 2021, and it is about an autistic girl. So, that's cool, right? There's some controversy going about it because Maddie Ziegler is playing that girl. So, and a lot of people don't like that an autistic person was not cast for the role. And then when there was one, she couldn't handle the environment, so she just cast Maddie Ziegler for the role. So, we're going to be talking about that. Yay! Because I don't have the sound effects. I wrote this stuff down. Okay, so my first point is, why are people complaining about stereotypes in the character? First, because this is a female, an autistic female, right? Keep that in mind. She seems to be nonverbal, from what I've seen. Nonverbal, and uses a tablet to communicate. I forget what it's called. It's slipping my mind. And that's not stereotype for autistic females. If you look at the media and what's represented in autistic females, first of all, there's barely any, which is ridiculous if you ask me. Second, most of the stereotypes that are being used are used in autistic males, because that's seen more in males, because women tend to mask more, autistic women tend to mask more than autistic males do. So I don't think it's a stereotype if you barely see it in the media. Honestly, I've barely seen autistic females in the media, so I personally don't consider this a stereotype. Also, can we talk about the fact that some people fit into stereotypes? Like, you can't just say, oh, well, it's not represented right because it fits into a stereotype. Some people fit into those stereotypes, like some gay men fit into the feminine makeup or whatever gay men stereotypes are. I don't know that much about that. Or lesbians fit into stereotypes sometimes. Non-binary people fit into stereotypes sometimes. Trans males and trans females fit into stereotypes sometimes. You can't say what's right about how something's portrayed when a lot of people do fit into those stereotypes. I looked up female autistic characters, and there's very little representation. That word slipped my mind. It's right there on the paper too. There's very little representation in the media of autistic females, so you can't really say much about stereotypes in the media about that. And I understand if it's been told, you've been told, oh yeah, this is super stereotypical. Like, yeah, some people think it's stereotypical. Cool. I personally don't think that stereotypes matter. I think that people are who they are, and it's just gonna happen. Sometimes people fit into stereotypes. I'm gonna be using functioning labels because that's the only way I can figure out how to exemplify it. I can't think of any other words to use, so I'm sorry for using functioning labels, because I know that a lot of autistic people do not like that. I know that the autism community does not like functioning labels. A lot of people in that community don't like functioning labels, so I'm sorry for using this. So the fact that music, the character music, has a low-functioning, nonverbal, autistic female is more representation than I've seen. And she's a main character. She's literally the movie's named Music. It's about her. So that is actually a lot of representation. So, okay, for a second, let's talk about Maddie Ziegler and her role in this movie. I've seen a lot of people attacking her for it. First of all, she's been in a contract since when? 2015, most likely. That's when she was making the movie for Maddie Ziegler, and we're assuming that this isn't that movie. Second of all, she was technically still a minor when that movie was being filmed. So she could not break that contract without her mother's permission, and contracts are so hard to break and cost so much money that it most likely wouldn't have been worth it to break it. So, and from what I've heard, she was not comfortable with the role. Please tell me if I am wrong. But from what we know, she could have just not been comfortable with playing this role. She could have known that she shouldn't have been playing this role because she's not... Oh, I always get neurotypical narrative version wrong. Because she's not autistic or not disabled. My hands need to do something and I just did that. So... You can't say what she thinks because she hasn't even talked about this, and good on her. Good on her for not talking about it right now with all the stuff going on. Maybe she'll talk about it. Good on her for that too. It's her life. It's her post. It's her social media. She can post what she wants on there and yeah. Okay. Next thing. Whew. Prepare for this. Why do I want to do this with my hands? Okay. Sia working with Autism Speaks. Wow. If you don't know the problem about this, I do have a Google Slides presentation. I can either put that in the description, or I can... Yeah. Or again, you can do a quick Google search. If you don't want to do a quick Google search, I can talk about Autism Speaks in another video because I have done research. I have videos about autistic people talking about it, and also why the puzzle piece is wrong, stuff like that. Anyway, she's working with Autism Speaks. So what we have to keep in mind with this is some autistic people do support Autism Speaks. Some of them, if you do your research, that's all that comes up is Autism Speaks. If you do your research on autism, it's a lot of things that come up as Autism Speaks. And the person who she said that she's inspiring the character Music off of could support Autism Speaks. From what I know, she never mentioned who this person was, most likely for privacy reasons. So you cannot just automatically attack her. And yes, her fans have warned her about, or told her about Autism Speaks, but that comes down to how many of her friends who are autistic, how many fans who are autistic, how many people she's looked up who are autistic, how many of these people that she's looked up support Autism Speaks and told her, go to this place, they help, do this, research here, go with them, work with them. You have to keep that in mind. Second. This statement I'm going to say in no way is meant to offend anybody, especially not the autistic community, but I feel like even if the character was autistic, the way that the character acts, I'm going to say that for lack of better words in my mind right now, the way that the character is low functioning. Like I said, I'm using functioning labels. I know the character, and still considered stereotyped, would still be considered stereotyped for how the character is. So no matter what, I feel like even if the actor was autistic, it would still be attacked for being stereotyped. So, in conclusion, I will be watching the movie to form a more educated opinion. Also to support Maddie Ziegler because she seems like a genuine person to me. From what I've seen of her, from the videos I've watched, stuff like that. So, Also, I feel like no matter what, again, like I said, you guys are going to be, you would criticize the role. And, like, good for you. You want representation. I understand that. I understand wanting representation. But sometimes, and I know you want an autistic actor. I know that. I know those things. But you can't compare it to other things. You have to compare it to other things, too. Like The Good Doctor. Atypical. I don't know if that actor is actually autistic, so we're not gonna. So I'm just using The Good Doctor as an example because I've seen The Good Doctor. I was recommended The Good Doctor for my writing an autistic character in one of my fan fictions, and it was just by somebody who's autistic. So from what I know, the actor isn't autistic, which means that sometimes these representation, even if it's not an autistic person or actor doing this person, is good. Sometimes this representation is good. And from what we've seen from a trailer, you can't say much from that. We've seen maybe a few clips. And I will be watching this movie to form a more educated opinion on this. You don't have to. I might do a movie review. Who knows? I'm probably going to film a few more things today because I'm looking fly. Why did I just say that? So, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I am really just stating opinions, my own opinions. If you don't agree with them, that's cool. Tell me why. Explain to me why. I want to learn. I do. I don't know how this video will be. I don't know what the reactions will be on this video. I am not diagnosed autistic, so I cannot say anything. I cannot speak for the autistic community. They speak for themselves. I don't speak for them. So hope you have a great day, night, morning. If you're not having a great day, I hope your day gets better. If you haven't had a good day at all, I hope you have a good tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, ow. Oh, that was fun. Bye.